Ready?
Yep.
Hello and welcome to baseball. It's Friday night and the Giants are hosting the Silver Spring-Tacoma Thunderbolts. I'm Sammy Krimstein alongside David Lewis, and the Giants are coming off 2 straight losses for the first time in a while. Prior to that, they had won 6 straight. You were there last night. What went wrong? How can they turn it around tonight?
I mean, what went wrong was the bats went silent, and yet again on back-to-back nights, the pitching staff gave up too many free passes. A combined 9 free passes last night, 8 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and then 10 walks the night before in Alexandria. That's got to change, and it starts with Jackson Bauer on the mound.
Jackson Bauer, the lefty, getting the start tonight. First pitch to the shortstop Kawashima. The throw over to first, and a quick first out for the Giants on a hard hit ball by the Silver Spring leadoff man Quincy Villa.
Yeah, that one left the bat at 90 miles an hour, and they always say the 2 of the best pitches to swing at are when you're up 3-0 in the first pitch of the ball game. So Quincy Villa being aggressive there, and Kawashima handling that hop yet again. We saw a lot of great defensive work from him yesterday.
First pitch to the second batter, Dunyan, in there for a strike. Dunyan from Westchester University in Pennsylvania. Bauer delivers, and that one also curls into the strike zone. 0-2 the count.
Dunyan comes into this game as, well, in this lineup as hitting the best numbers-wise. He comes into this game hitting .324, and the T-Bolts, interesting look, resting a lot of their guys in the top part of their offensive production.
That one in the dirt for a ball. Absolutely right, David. A lot of guys in this lineup for the T-Bolts tonight that haven't seen the field in a few days. The pitch from Bauer outside could not get him to chase. Ball number 3. So it feels like an opportunity for Gaithersburg to get back on the right track. A big chance for a win tonight. Here it comes from Bauer. Strike 3, swing and a miss. 2 quick outs for Gaithersburg in the first inning. We'll bring up Josh Erd, rising sophomore out of Frederick Community College. Montgomery County guy, played at Wooten in his high school days. First pitch checked and fouled away by Erd.
Bauer making his second start of the season. Last year, he came into that starting role with some injuries to a bunch of the different starters, but this year just his second start and his first start since, I believe, June 4th, where he went 4 innings, giving up 3 earned runs on 6 hits against the Crop Dusters.
Curveball finds the zone for a strike, so the count now 1-2. And Bauer's last appearance came against these T-Bolts for the close. The 1-2 in the dirt, swing and a miss. And Jackson Bauer makes quick work of the Thunderbolts in the first inning. No score. Giants look to get on the board and get ahead in the bottom of the first. Coming right up on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Todd Murphy getting the start for Silver Spring tonight against the Giants. Bottom of the first inning. And a very quick top of the first if you're just joining us. It's going to be Brady Powell trying to get the Giants on a good start tonight. Powell has really become an everyday guy for this Gaithersburg team. Has hits in 8 of his last 9. First pitch from Murphy, outside, a ball to Brady Powell, who has drawn 8 walks on the year.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Powell's just a bat that you cannot take out of the lineup, especially at this point in the season.
Yeah, that one into the zone for a strike. Powell, he's just a hitter. Gets that bat to the ball really effectively. Facing the lefty Murphy, he loads. This one's skied into right field weakly. Coming in is Powers, and he's going to make the catch. First out for the T-Bolts here of the bottom of the first inning. They'll bring up Aiden Robbins, the right fielder for Gaithersburg.
And you just mentioned good starts for the Giants offense. Todd Murphy, the starter for the T-Bolts, coming off a good start himself. His last outing, he went 5 innings against the Aces, giving up just 1 earned run on 4 hits and striking out 3 across 20 batters faced. Unfortunately for him, though, the T-Bolts fell to the Aces 4-2, so that effort not rewarded with a win, but still an amazing start against that Aces offense.
Murphy's first pitch to Robbins is a strike. The second outside for a ball. The count moving to 1-1 on Robbins, who has been real good for Gaithersburg all summer long, batting almost 320. Here's the pitch. This one into center. That's going to curl now into right field. Powers moving in, and he's going to make another easy grab. So that is the second out quickly. 2 F9s for the pitcher, Todd Murphy.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of golf swings, and both Powell and Robbins, very aggressive hitters. Robbins getting a different look in the second spot of this lineup. Usually bats in that 3rd or 4th spot, so Brockway moving him up a little bit.
Stepping up now, A.J. Martin, who takes one outside. His last time in play was Sunday, where he hit a 2-run homer to help the Giants to a win against the D.C. Grays on the road. The 1-0. Slider into the zone, called a strike. The count moves to 1-1. Martin playing third base today for Gaithersburg. That's been his typical spot as of late, but he could play all over the infield. This one inside, but called a strike. 1-2.
And the really interesting thing about Martin is a lot of guys, their stats versus righties versus lefties, it's going to be skewed depending on their side of the batter's box. But Martin batting over 300 against both righties and lefties. Very good stuff from him.
Yeah, destroying the split, the curse of the split, if you will. Martin waits for the 2-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Catcher holds on to it. And a 6-up, 6-down first inning. Both teams going in order. Could be a sign of a pitcher's duel here in Gaithersburg. No score. We head to the top of the second here on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network.
The first baseman, number 15, Jonathan McMath.
Jonathan McMath, the first baseman for Silver Spring. We'll get things started in the top of the second inning. I'm Sammy Krimstein. To my left is David Lewis. Happy to be with you tonight for some baseball on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Bauer, first pitch, Can't quite find the zone. A bit outside for ball 1. He had a very nice first inning. 3 up, 3 down. The pitch. High and tight, called a ball. Count moves to 2-0 now. He's working quickly. Steps back, delivers towards the plate. Swing and a miss from McMath. Count now to 2-1. McMath, a returner for this Silver Spring team. Inside, did that get a piece of him? I think it did. And Jonathan McMath is going to head over to first base. Looks like it caught him as he motioned to check his swing. So our first base runner for either team tonight is Jonathan McMath, who heads to first base with a hit by pitch. Stepping in now, Beck Urofsky.
Urofsky, another returner. Last year, I want to say by this point in the season, he had a lot more at-bats. He comes into this game with just 5. So, looking to do more at the plate.
A late strike call, but it does find the zone. 1-1 the count. Yeah, Urofsky been getting a lot more action on the mound this summer. Limited at the plate. Getting an opportunity tonight, though. The 2-1 pitch outside. Bauer comes set. That one down low. Count now 3-1. Bauer working very quickly, as I mentioned tonight. From the stretch he goes. Called strike. Urofsky was already on his way to first base, but we will do it all over again on 3-2. The count now full.
Yeah, as a batter, that's something that always peeved me when I play. I'm not sure about you, Sammy, but umpires that have a late strike call.
Oh, yeah. Here comes Bauer. This one sawed foul.
It's just so annoying to deal with because you don't want to be disrespectful, but you know.
Oh no, absolutely.
If it's a free base, it's a free base. You gotta make the call known.
The count is full to Urofsky. Bauer the pitch. Called a ball just outside. Not a bad spot at all from Bauer. Just missed. A hit by pitch and a walk to start off the second inning. 2 base runners are on for the T-Bolts. It's going to be Vance Bonnier.
Yeah, and as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, 19 free passes across the past 2 games, and now 2 to start off this inning.
This one curling foul to the left side. 0-1 the count. And a bit of a pickle here for Bauer, who had a quick, efficient first inning. Now dealing with traffic. Bonnier is the catcher. UMass commit, rising freshman. Bauer looks back to second. Here's the pitch. Just outside for a ball, and it's 1-1 to Bonnier. Looking for a sign, he gets it. To second he looks. The pitch towards the plate. Finds the zone, taken by Bonnier, called a strike. It's now 1-2.
That's a great pitch to reattack the strike zone. It's had a couple pitches get away from him.
This one, weakly to the second baseman, fielding it Vicendize, throw over to first base. And that's the right move. They get the runner at first, but the runner from second advances to third. The runner from first advances to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position, only 1 out. It's going to bring up the 7th man in their lineup, Bryce Curry.
Curry led Maryland JUCO in RBIs, and now he has 2 runners in scoring position.
First pitch from Bauer into the zone for a strike. Curry playing third base today for the T-Bolts. Next one finds the zone just barely, and now it's 0-2. Good job by Jackson Bauer to come back, get 2 strikes. Working in a tough situation. He comes set. 0-2 is the count. Here it comes. This one on the ground, right side. It's going to get in a run. Vicendize throws it over to first, gets the second out of the inning. Coming in to score, Jonathan McMath. And Silver Spring is on top in this one thanks to a Bryce Curry groundout. Now it's going to be Andrew Powers, who has struggled this season, only 2 hits and 28 at-bats. But A guy with a lot of talent for sure. This one to the shortstop. Kawashima fields, throws. The pick from Burgess. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Really nice play. The shortstop, Kawashima, having to move quite a distance to get it. But a good throw and a good pick at first base gets him. And the Giants, in a bit of a pickle, only allow 1 run to score. Silver Spring is on top, but the Giants will look to get some insurance or some runs back in the bottom of the second. 1-0 our score here on the Giants radio, broadcast network. It is the bottom of the second inning here in Gaithersburg. Giants are down 1. They went in order in the first inning, and now it's going to be the cleanup man, Matthew Best, looking to get things started for Gaithersburg. Best hitting .308 on the year and limited at-bats. First pitch into the dirt for a ball. Working on the mound for Silver Spring, Todd Murphy. The windup and the delivery. Cracked on the ground, moving over Erd, the shortstop. Throw, stretch from the first baseman, McMath, and they got him in time.
That was a really good stretch by Jonathan McMath at first base. I mean, had to essentially push off the bag to get there and was just able to hang on to that one.
Coming up, Ethan McNally, the catcher for Gaithersburg tonight. Looking to get things started for the team. First pitch taken outside. So far, so good for the pitcher, Todd Murphy. 1-0. Into the zone, and the count will move to 1-1 now. McNally waiting. The windup. Here comes. Breaking ball outside. Just missed his spot. Trying to work it backdoor. 2-1 now the count. 1 out in the inning. McNally waits. This one hit right side. Up in the air and foul. 2-2 the count.
And a lot of McNally's more recent hits have been to that opposite field. He's doing a really good job of getting it into right field, so no surprise there. A towering foul ball.
Pitch from Murphy outside. And McNally has worked his way into a full count. Drawing some pitches from Murphy, who has worked very efficiently so far. The full count pitch. Inside, dodging out of the way McNally, but it doesn't matter. Ball 4. And he will stand on first base. Gaithersburg has their very first base runner. That brings up the lefty, Will Burgess. The first lefty in this Gaithersburg order today, facing the southpaw, Murphy. Steps towards home. Just missed the strike zone, called a ball 1-0. A little bit upstairs, that pitch. Burgess, Montgomery College guy, had an absurd spring where he hit over 450. He waits. The delivery outside. Hitter's count for Burgess.
Burgess, back in his last start against Alexandria just a couple nights ago, went 0 for 3, but had 2 walks and a run scored. So still a productive day at the plate, just wasn't the prettiest of box scores for him.
Murphy steps towards first base. In time is McNally, who takes his lead over there. Here is the 2-0. This one falls into the strike zone. At 83 miles an hour, the count moves to 2-1.
Yeah, it's the first lefty-lefty matchup for Murphy that he has to face. Really right-heavy lineup.
2-1, fouled away into the backstop fence, and the count is now 2-2. Giants working some counts here, trying to turn it into production. Burgess with 2 strikes. The pitch. This one into the zone. Burgess tied up in knots by it. And there are now 2 outs in the inning. Will Burgess down on strikes. That'll bring up Tanner Vicentize, who is typically the Giants' shortstop, but with Kawashima coming in to play that position, he is now moved over to second base. The pitch. Just high for a ball.
Yeah, I think the reason Vicentize is moving over to second and Kawashima has been brought in for shortstop is Brockway wants to make sure that he has the bat of Brady Powell in at all times, but doesn't want to risk some of the errors that Powell has. He's recently coming off major elbow surgery, so it's very difficult for him to, really be consistent in the field, but his bat has been sensational this summer.
The 2-0 from Murphy misses the zone. 3-0 now to Vicentize. I would imagine he does not have the green light here.
We've seen it a couple times this summer.
Murphy the pitch. Misses the zone, and the Giants have 2 base runners. Vicentize going over to first base on balls.
That pitch was very borderline, but going back to that last pitch in the Will Burgess at bat, he's going to be kicking himself for that. It was 77 right down the middle. It looked like it was going to tail inside before it moved back over the plate, so he had 77 down the pipe and didn't pull the trigger.
And it was a good decision. Now 2 base runners for Masa Kawashima.
Kawashima had the lone RBI in yesterday's 8-1 loss, sac fly into right field.
The pitch from Murphy outside, 1-1 now to Kawashima, who just joined the Giants last night. That was his debut with the team. Plays over at Sierra JC in California. From Tokyo, Japan. Murphy, the 1-1 pitch. Inside, but called a strike. Now the Giants down to what could be their last strike of the bottom of the second inning. They have a chance with 2 base runners. They're first in scoring position of the evening. The pitch to Kawashima. Outside for a ball, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Kawashima couldn't get it. And a strikeout puts down the side. Giants get 2 base runners thanks to 2 walks from Murphy, but they cannot get anyone in to score. 1-0, still our score here on the Giants Broadcast Network. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Hello and welcome back. It is the top of the third inning here at Criswell Automotive Field. It's the 9-hole hitter for Silver Spring, Nick Keene, to lead things off in this inning. Hard down the third base line, but foul. Jackson Bauer did surrender a run his last inning, but limited damage, left a few guys stranded. Gets a big swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Count now 0-2 to Nick Keene. Here it comes from Bauer. Strike three, a swing and a miss from Keene. And Bauer starts the third inning off with a bang, a strikeout.
3 strikeouts his first time through the order. I mean, the main self-inflicted wounds came at the start of last inning with the hit by pitch and the walk back-to-back batters. But, I mean, after that he went 1-2-3. It's just the sacrifice hit by Bryce Curry, the difference in this ballgame now.
Quincy Villa now stepping in. He grounded out on his first pitch last time. This one to the shortstop Kawashima. Moves over to his right. Throw across the infield. And it's going to pull Burgess off the bag at first base. So Quincy Villa has grounded to shortstop 2 times today. The first time results in an out. And here in the third inning, he stands on first base with what could be ruled a hit, although we'll have to see.
Yeah, it was a tough play for Kawashima, having to go all the way back into the gap and then throw across his body with no momentum moving towards first.
Bauer goes right back at Dunyan, who stands in now. Gets a strike. 0-1 now the count. Runner at first base. It's Villa. This one hard through the right side of the infield. It's through. Villa going to move up to second base. And Dunyan pulls into first with a single.
The shortstop, number 7, Josh Erb.
Yeah, that one 90 off the bat, and it was outside of the zone, but a good job by Dunyan to punch that opposite field into right.
Josh Erd, the 3-hole hitter, coming in now. Softly on the ground, Martin steps on the third base bag. Across the diamond he goes. A double play for Gaithersburg. And that's a way to get out of the inning quickly and get out of the jam for Jackson Bauer. 1 hit. Looks like they ruled it an error on the Villa ground ball, but regardless, the Giants leave 2 base runners out there. Huge for Jackson Bauer. We'll be back in just a few moments for the bottom of the third. The score is 1-0. Giants taking on the Thunderbolts, the first place and last place team in the Cal Ripken League North Division facing off tonight. Giants in first by 2 games over the Big Train at the moment, trying to maintain their spot at the top of the division. Stepping in, Leighton Lackey. Up the middle of the field, moving over is the second baseman Keene. Throw over to first base. A really nice play for Silver Spring. Sets down Leighton Lackey, the Clemson man.
The designated hitter.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by Keene at second base. Just unfortunate for Lackey, couldn't quite barrel it up. He timed it up really well, sent it back where it came from, but just seemingly not enough to get out of the infield.
First delivery to Powell is inside for a ball. Powell flew to right field his first time up. The leadoff man for Gaithersburg. The 1-0 outside, 2-0. Now to Brady Powell.
Going back to that Lackey at bat, that's really different than what we're used to seeing from Leighton Lackey. He usually takes a lot of pitches, wants to see what the pitcher has. That one swings on the first pitch.
And aggression can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. You know, if you do it in doses, right, it's done the right way. Here's the pitch. Into the strike zone. 3-1 the new count to Brady Powell. You would imagine he maybe had the green light there. Murphy winds up. Upstairs for a ball, and Powell is on base yet again. The base on balls is going to bring up Robbins.
Going back to, being aggressive versus being patient, and really, from our vantage point, you could say, oh, he made the wrong decision. But, I mean, one of the first things that I noticed when looking at today's roster is just the difference in approaches. The first three guys, that being Powell, Robbins, and Martin, are very aggressive. And then the bottom six, Best through Lackey, they all love to take more pitches, love to see what the pitcher actually has to deliver.
The count is 0-1 to Aiden Robbins. Murphy delivers. Outside for a ball. 1 ball and a strike to Aiden Robbins, who lit it up this spring with Seton Hall. Looking to keep things going. The pitch from Murphy, and that is smashed into right field, but curling foul. Got a real good piece of that one. Taking off from first base was Brady Powell.
Robbins just a little late on that one. Middle, and 76. So a great pitch for Robbins to hit, who we've seen pull a lot of baseballs, and his lone home run of the season was 360 feet, I believe, down the left field line.
The 1-2 fouled away by Robbins. He keeps himself alive in the at-bat. Brady Powell over at first base. Murphy coming set. 1-2. Throws over to first base. Powell back in plenty of time.
Powell with 7 stolen bases has the current team lead, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does take off here.
And he does. The pitch, the throw down from the catcher Bonnier is not in time. Make it his 8th stolen base of the summer. Brady Powell, he's got wheels. And the count will move to 2-2. That one outside as well. Now an RBI chance for Aiden Robbins, who has 9 on the season. Murphy looks back to second base, keeping an eye on Powell. And delivers. This one hit hard through the left side of the infield. It's going to be a hit for Robbins. Coming around but being held up now is Powell. Robbins will move into second base on the throw. Good base running by the Giants. And now 2 runners in scoring position for A.J. Martin.
And that was really tough for Bryce Curry at third base. It just leapt over him. It was launched 97 off the bat, and he got down on one knee to try and keep it in front of him at all costs, and it just bounced right over his shoulder.
And this is a spot the Giants love for one of their hotter hitters. Murphy delivers. Big swing and a miss. You got to think that Martin was looking for an extra base hit on that one. Big swing.
Yeah, he certainly was, but that one high and outside, so wanted the green light, wasn't able to make contact.
This one golfed into the air, foul territory, and is going to get out of play. 0-2 the count, and Murphy attacking the 3-hole hitter Martin and getting him in the hole quickly. Murphy takes a breath, winds up. Here's the 0-2. Once again into the air. This one going to stay in play. Moving under it, the second baseman, Keene. And it's an easy out for Silver Spring, their second of the inning.
Left fielder, number 22, Matthew Best.
It will now be up to Matthew Best to try and get these runners in to score.
That's the third time Murphy has gotten the Giants to golf swing it up into the air. Had the 2 flyouts to start the bottom of the first.
First pitch from Murphy outside to Best. Best grounded to short his last time. The pitch. This one on the ground. Fielded by the shortstop, Throw on the run. Stretch at first by McMath. On the bag, and they got him. Another really nice play by this T-Bolts infield, and it strands 2 Giant base runners. It is the top of the 4th inning, and this ball game just flying by. Jonathan McMath, the first baseman, going to lead things off for the Thunderbolts. Was hit by a pitch his last time around. The pitcher, Bauer, finds the zone to get things started in the 4th inning. And he's got the count to 0-1. Here it comes. Just a foul tip. Scurries away to the backstop. It is now 0-2 to Jonathan McMath. Bauer looking for his sign. Steps back, steps forward. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Really nice pitch from Jackson Bauer. And that's the first out of the 4th inning.
And that's exactly what Bauer is going to have to do. I mean, last time these 2 teams met, we were both there. 19 strikeouts by the Giants pitching staff against the T-Bolts. Had their T-Bolts manager, Brock Hunter, really mad after, understandably so, after that last meeting.
First pitch grounded foul. This one a line drive into right field, and it's going to be a base knock for Beck Urofsky. Good piece there. Outside pitch. Waits back on it. Just drills it the other way. Stepping in now, Vance Bonnier, the catcher. Has a runner at first base. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Bauer coming set, looking towards first base, and delivers. Breaking ball, fouled away.
What's really interesting about the batter Bonnier is that he's a 2-way catcher. We see a lot of 2-way guys. I've seen a lot of them center fielders, but I mean, a 2-way catcher I rarely see. Catchers are, if they're going to be utility players like that.
Swing and a miss by Bonnier. Bauer getting him on strikes.
The third baseman, number 20.
Now 2 outs in the inning. Both outs. Strikeouts for Bauer. Will now be the third baseman, Curry.
Just as I was praising Bonnier.
Broadcaster's jinx.
Strikes out on 3 pitches.
Maybe working in favor of the Giants here. 1-0 the count to Curry.
Last night was the worst broadcaster's jinx. I mean,
Uh-oh. I wasn't there. What happened? Fill me in. The count is now 2-0.
I mean, it was 0-0 heading into the 7th inning, and Dylan Can for the Braves comes up, and at that point the Braves only had one hit, and I said I was mid-sentence. I said just the one hit for the Braves offense, and I got to HI, and as I said the HI, Dylan Can ripped a solo homer to finally break
Wow.
the ice, and I was able to finish my sentence, but only after he touched all 4 bases.
Back pick to first base by McNally, not in time. Yeah, that is one of the worst cases of broadcast jinx that I've heard. I mean, if you don't believe in it, you believe in it. It's real. It's like ghosts. Here it comes. And that one's called a strike. Curry had to jump out of the way of that pitch. I don't know if the T-Bolt dugout is going to love that call, but according to our TrackMan, that is indeed a strike.
You know, it looked like Curry was kind of crowding the plate on that pitch. He's a little further back on this one.
The full count pitch fouled away into the netting. 2 outs. Yarovsky, the former BCC Baron, standing at first base with a hit.
I never liked BCC. I went to Whitman, so.
Big rivals, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Moco guys on this T-Bolts team. Erd from Wooten, Yarovsky from BCC, Bonnier from WJ, Curry, who I believe played either Gaithersburg or Damascus. I'll have to check on that one.
You know, it's really interesting because they play at Blair, and you have yet to name someone who played at Blair.
Yeah, I don't know if they have any Blair guys. I mean, Andrew Powers played at St. John's, which is in D.C., so he's, I guess, not one of them. Here's the pitch. Outside. Ball 4. Now some trouble with 2 outs for Jackson Bauer as the smoke from the grill fills the air. It smells good, though. It really does.
Yeah, we're thankful for Miss Lisa Harrington.
The GOAT.
Provides us food and water for these hot days, but not as hot today. Very pleasant today.
Andrew Powers is 0 for 1. He is 2 for 29 on the season. A big opportunity to break out of it right here. The 1-0. Fouled straight back.
And as you mentioned, 2 for 29, but what's really interesting about him is that he has 0 strikeouts, which is something that this T-Bolts team is, very successful in, is striking out, as I previously noted. So
The 1-1. On the ground and foul. Not quite playable for the giant first baseman Burgess. And it's 1-2 to Andrew Powers, the rising sophomore at VCU in Richmond. He waits for the 1-2. Fouled away. And he keeps himself going in the at-bat. And it's a big spot in this game where the T-Bolts can take some more momentum and push the Giants a little bit further down in this ballgame. Two base runners, 2 outs, 2 strikes, 1 ball to Andrew Powers. The pitcher Bauer is set. He waits. He steps towards home. On the ground, foul. And putting together a really nice at-bat. Keeping himself going. And it's a little tough to see on the broadcast, but he is really chucking up on that bat. Up a few inches at least. You love to see a good 2-strike approach. I appreciate it more than anyone. 1-2. Here it comes. Outside and a really good take by Andrew Powers. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I don't mind that pitch by Jackson Bauer. You're still up 1-2. You've gotten 2 foul balls in a row. So, using the count to your advantage and working the outside.
The 2-2. Hit into right field. Moving over is Robbins. Cannot make the play, and that's going to bring in a run for Silver Spring. McNally has to make a nice play to jump and get it. Coming in to score is Yarovsky. And it's a base hit single
Yeah, I'm not
for
sure.
Andrew Powers.
Not sure how well the broadcast picked that up on the right side of the screen, but a little hesitation there from Robbins. I mean, it was a tough play to track it down. He got in front of it, but on the transfer, he had a little hesitation whether to throw it into second, assuming that the runner, Yurovsky, was already scoring. And I think without that hesitation, he might have been able to get the throw home in time.
Yeah, that one lofted into right field, but just not quite playable for Robbins. Tried to gun the throw home, but could have ended up moving the base runners even further up. Good job by McNally to jump up and keep it from going any more haywire. 0-1. Curveball drops down into the strike zone. 0-2. It's Nick Keene, the second baseman, in the ninth hitter in the Silver Spring order. Giants are down 2-0, trying to keep it from getting any worse. Here it comes. Into the dirt, a chase pitch. No bite from Keene. That's a good chase pitch there, if you're Bauer. Now let's see if he's a little bit closer to the strike zone. 1-2. And he's actually further from the strike zone there, into the other batter's box. I think it just slipped out of his left hand.
See, I mean, you know what I'm talking about with the broadcasters.
I may need to start using that to our advantage here. It's just saying negative things about the Giants in order to have the opposite thing happen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that'll end the inning. Good job by Jackson Bauer to strand 2 base runners. T-Bolts do bring in a run thanks to an Andrew Powers RBI single. And it's 2-0. We'll be right back on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network.
All right, we'll come back now.
It's the bottom of the 4th inning here in Gaithersburg.
The catcher, number 45, Ethan McNally.
Ethan McNally, the catcher, going to step in. Walked his last time. Was the first Giant base runner. Giants still looking for that first run of the evening. First pitch into the strike zone. Called strike on McNally, and Todd Murphy has been working really well for Silver Spring.
He really has.
This one inside for a ball.
I mean, he's given up just the 1 hit. He's given up 3 walks and has 3 strikeouts, but has the most important thing is 0 on the board for the Giants.
Gets a big hack and a whiff on a breaking pitch just below the strike zone from McNally. 1-2. The windup and the pitch. Fouled away. Into the netting it goes. Got a good piece. Just the timing a little bit off.
Yeah, that one 85 on the outside part of the plate.
Here comes the 1-2. Good take by McNally. took it just a bit upstairs. Called a ball. And it's 2-2. Murphy throws. Trying to paint the outside corner, but he can't. It's called a ball, and McNally has worked this count full. Already one walk on the night. Could be his second coming up here. Putting up a good fight against Murphy. He waits the pitch. This one into center field. Moving over Villa. He's going to get himself under the baseball, making the catch. First out is a fly out to center field.
First baseman, number 30, Will Burgess.
It's now going to be Will Burgess.
McNally got that middle at 83. Again, just wasn't able to barrel it up. I mean, that's the fourth time tonight that these Giants batters have really golfed something that they could have easily punished into the outfield.
Called strike for Burgess, and yeah, the Giants, this is a pitcher they feel like they can hit for sure. A bit frustrating that they haven't come up with anything yet, as Burgess is going to swing and miss again. He struck out looking in the second. 0-2 is the count. Murphy throws. Popped high and foul against the netting behind home plate.
And yeah, I noted it earlier. Murphy himself coming off a really good start against that Aces team that's top of the league, giving up just that one earned run across 5 innings pitched.
Hit hard through the right side of the infield, and it's through. Will Burgess pulls into first with a base knock. Maybe that can be something that can get the floodgates open for Gaithersburg.
Yeah, and that one for the lefty Will Burgess was actually on the inside, and that is the first hit or the first lefty base runner we've seen against the lefty Murphy.
It will now be Vicendize, who swings and fouls one off. You always know it's Vicendize when you see that bright red helmet. That's the dead giveaway. Vicendize walked as well his last time. Hitting sub 200 on the year, looking to get hot here as we move into the second half of the season. Murphy throws, a swing and a miss. That one, 82 up in the zone.
Yeah, Vicendize really come a victim to that upper part of the zone pitch.
The 0-2 offering misses, and it's now 1-2. Murphy looks at the runner at first base. Steps towards home, the pitch. Outside, called a ball. 2-2 the count. Giants still have yet to score a run tonight. They're down 2-0 and looking to get some momentum here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch. Into center field, a bloop. Moving over Villa. He makes the catch. It's the second out of the inning. And another weak fly out for the Giants. A lot of weak contact in the air that Murphy has been able to induce tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure the T-Bolts manager, Brock Hunter, is real happy about how his pitcher is performing right now. As you said, a lot of weak contact. Giants are really getting under everything.
Masa Kawashima stepping in, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Checked his swing, but he's in the zone regardless. Murphy looks twice. Burgess takes off from first base. The throw from Bonnier, not in time. Sliding feet first into second base is Will Burgess, who picks up a stolen base. A good read going off the lefty. Have to be fast to get over there. But the count's 0-2 to Kawashima. The 0-2 misses. Giant shortstop in his second game as a Giant, coming over from the West Coast League, the Wenatchee Apple Sox. That pitch outside, 2-2.
Kawashima has an opportunity here with that Will Burgess steal to get his second RBI in just his second start.
And it would be big for the Giants, who are looking for any signs of life offensively right now. Only one run in the past 13 innings of play. Murphy looks back, steps towards home, on the ground towards second, fielded by Keene, and he can't get a hold of it. It pops away, coming in to score Burgess. He slides head first. The throw is in time, and maybe a little too greedy on the send. Gaithersburg gets cut down at home to end the bottom of the fourth inning.
Number 2, Quincy Villa.
The center fielder and leadoff man in the order will lead off at the top of the fifth inning. It's going to be Quincy Villa. He singled his last time, or actually called an error. I think they changed the ruling on that. Outside, but called a strike. Really good spot from Bauer. If he could do that every time, he's in business. The 0-1 pitch, hard on the ground, through the left side of the infield. And and his first hit of the evening for Quincy Villa.
Number 27, John Duncan.
Will now be John Dunyan, who did have a hit his last time.
I believe Quincy Villa, his last time up in the top of the third, is still a hit.
Villa's going to take off, throw from McNally. It's a good one, but it is not in time. Quincy Villa leads this team in stolen bases. That's now his 16th. He's second in the league in stolen bats. So a runner at second for John Dunyan. 1-0 count. Bauer throws it into the dirt. 2-0. And Villa's a guy that if you put the ball into the outfield, you feel like you're going to get a run in. He's over at second base. Really good speed out there.
Yeah, him and Jeff Sabater, who's not in the T-Bolts lineup tonight, both have really, really good speed.
2-0 the count. Bauer keeping an eye on Villa. And the 2-0 finds the zone. Real good pitch that does indeed clip the bottom of the strike zone. 2 on the count.
2 times through the order, Bauer strikes out 6, gives up 4 hits and 2 runs, and he's going to need a couple more strikeouts to get out of this one and strand Villa.
Breaking ball will slip out of the hand of Bauer into the other batter's box, and it's 3-1. No outs. Villa stands at second base. Bauer, the pitch. It's going to come inside and hit Dunyan. It would have been ball 4, so I'm sure Dunyan would have preferred for that one to miss his body, but he'll take it. He'll take his bag, and now 2 base runners for Silver Spring. It's now going to be Vince Capozza, the pitching coach, taking a visit to have a chat with Jackson Bauer. What do you think is the conversation going on over there?
I mean, the conversation is you just got to reattack the strike zone. He's really been struggling. We've seen a lot of full counts, a lot of 3-1 counts, especially to this T-Bolts lineup, and with Josh Erd coming up, who, to his credit, was lighting up the Cal Ripken League to start this summer. In the first 10 games, but has fallen off a little bit. But I mean, a 400 batting average, I believe it got up to 450 at one point, is hard to keep up no matter what.
Yeah.
So coming into this game, he's up to 297. He hit into a double play his last time up, and again, as I mentioned, that's what Bauer needs to do. This Giants defense has turned quite a lot of double plays this year, and they need to keep that up, especially right now.
Now would be an incredible time for a double play if you're the pitcher Jackson Bauer. It's the 3-hole hitter Josh Erd. Squaring to bunt, pulls away, called a strike.
Really good pitch by Bauer to not only get Erd to pull back the bunt, but also get the called strike. Really important.
Erd swinging what looks to be a pink baseball bat. Good luck. Bauer spins to second base, keeping good check on the speedy Quincy Villa. Now back on the rubber. 0-1. The pitch. Erd squares again. Taken outside this time. 1-1.
That pitch coming in at 66. That is really, really interesting from Jackson Bauer, with a guy squaring to bunt, throwing him 66.
Villa takes off. Both runners go. McNally the throw to third. Not in time. And Villa has another stolen bag. His second of the night. His 17th on the season. And that's a big one. The double play goes out of order. 2 runners now in scoring position for the best part of this Silver Spring order. The count is 2-1. The infield moving in. The pitch from Bauer. And you got to wonder if Erd squaring to bunt was just a facade. Something to make the throw a little more tricky, as they stole 2 bags there on the double steal. Flied into right field, but it's going to go foul and near the Gaithersburg bullpen.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times in this Cal Ripken season, is a lot of guys getting the call to square to bunt, even though the pitcher might be missing the zone entirely. Just trying to get on base no matter what.
The count is full. 2 runners in scoring position. Called strike 3 on Josh Erd. Beautifully painted pitch by Jackson Bauer on the inside corner of the plate. And he gets his first out of the inning. Still needs more, though. This is a jam that is really tricky to work out of. Dunyan is at second. Villa is at third base. Erd just went down on strikes, and it's now going to be Jonathan McMath, who fouls one into the dirt. Just got a piece. McMath, teammates with Quincy Villa, standing over at third. They play over at Marymount in Virginia.
McMath coming into this game had 9 hits, 3 of them doubles. He's currently hitting 257. Well, lower than that now after a hit by pitch and a strikeout.
Bauer into the zone there. 0-2. He's trying to strand these 2 base runners. 1 out as we stand. He comes set. The pitch. Taken outside. 1-2 now to Jonathan McMath. McMath struck out swinging in the 4th and was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. The 1-2 on the ground, fielded by Vicentize. He's going to pump the throw home. The runners will hold. Flips it on over to first base. 2 outs in the inning. Good situational defense by Tanner Vicentize at second base.
Yeah, that's a really, really smart play. He knew he had the time, and he knew Will Burgess was covering the bag. He just had to make sure to eye down Quincy Villa on third base and help his pitcher out. And it looks like that'll be the day for Jackson Bauer.
Yeah, the righty Urofsky coming up. We know TJ Brockway loves to play his matchups. So the day is done for Jackson Bauer, who gave the Giants 4 2/3 of good baseball. We'll be back in just a few moments with some information on the new Giant pitcher. Bat.
Sure.
It will be number 13 from Millersville, Mike Costello, the righty, coming into the game with a big spot on the line. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs in the inning. He is tasked with getting Beck Urofsky out. His last time out was against the Grays on Sunday in Prince George's Community College. It was overall a decent outing that looks worse on paper because it kind of fell apart towards the end. 4 earned runs, but he went 2 1/3, and the majority of that time he was throwing strikes, getting the Giants out. Beck Urofsky will stand in. In the 4th inning, he singled and scored a run. Giants down by 2. 2 potential runs stand on the base paths now. Costello would love to strand them. It's Beck Urofsky standing in. Costello delivers. Called strike. And a fastball at 88. Definitely a tick harder than the velocity we saw off of Jackson Bauer.
Yeah, Bauer didn't have the same velocity and didn't have the same put-away pitch that we've seen from him. Was able to get 7 strikeouts, but just not quite there. Had a couple walks that could have been strikeouts very easily.
Now 1-1 to Urofsky. Costello bends those knees and delivers. Can't. Just missed outside. 2-1. Urofsky, the righty, waits. Sawed foul into the netting. And Gaithersburg now a strike away from stranding these 2 runners. Would be huge for momentum, like leaving these guys on the base paths. The 2-2 pitch from Costello. Check swing. The call goes to the first base umpire, and he rules that Urofsky did not go. So call that a ball. 3-2 the count. The count is full. 2 base runners on and 2 outs. There is an empty base at first. Costello delivers. Inside, ball 4. Not ideal, but no harm, no foul. Urofsky harmlessly walks to first base.
And Urofsky, who came into this game with just 5 at-bats, he reached on 3 of those. He's now reached on 3 at-bats tonight.
Vance Bonnier, who is 0 for 2, now has the chance that the T-Bolts have really been waiting for. Big swing and the miss, though, on the first offering. Outside, low and away from Costello, and that's just a really good pitch. The pitch from Costello. Fouled straight back. Very hard. 0-2. Once again, Gaithersburg a pitch away from getting out of this jam. Costello trying to be the guy right here. Bonnier waits in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch from Costello. Fouled away again. And I don't think Bonnier's going to make it easy. One of the younger guys on this team, a rising freshman, but really good discipline at the plate. That's why he's committed D1 to the University of Massachusetts. 0-2. The pitch on the ground, bouncing. Kawashima going to field it. Throw across the diamond, pulls Burgess off the bag, and a run is going to score. The bases will still be loaded. The Giants cannot strand Villa. He comes in to score. Dunyan moves to third. Urofsky to second. Bonnier now stands on first.
Yeah, another tough play for Kawashima. Another towering chopper. Had to get out of the way of the runner on second. That was John Dunyan. Had to make sure that he didn't run into him. And ultimately didn't have the time to make the throw.
Unclear if that will be ruled a hit or error. Bryce Curry stands in, grounds one, foul. And for Costello, he's been a strike away from getting out of this inning 2 times in 2 batters. He walked Yarovsky and allowed Bonnier to reach on a ground ball. The 1-1, taken away. He thought about it, but did not end up going after that pitch. 2-1 to Bryce Curry. Here it is. Catches the bottom part of the zone. A good pitch from Mike Costello. And for the 3rd batter in a row, he has 2 strikes. He just has to finish the job here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases loaded. Costello steps towards home. Swing and a miss. Gets into chase. The Giants allow 1 run to score, but they strand 3. T-Bolts now up 3-0, but Gaithersburg hoping to get some momentum off of leaving the bases loaded. Bottom of the 5th when we come back. A call to the bullpen for Brock Hunter and the Silver Spring-Tacoma Thunderbolts. It's going to be Emilio Rodriguez from Wilson College.
Yeah, this is just his 3rd appearance on the season. He hasn't pitched in 8 days, and that was the last time these 2 teams met back on June 20th. He went 1 2/3, giving up 2 earned runs, 3 hits, and 4 walks. Just 1 strikeout across those 12 batters faced. And his previous outing, he went 1 inning scoreless with 1 strikeout against the Metro South County Braves.
And he's going to give the Giants a little bit more velocity than the previous pitcher, Murphy. Tops at 92 with a fastball, 4-pitch mix. First pitch from him is below the strike zone to Leighton Lackey for a ball.
Yeah, this is a very important inning. You got Leighton Lackey, who's going to see a lot of pitches from Emilio Rodriguez, and then you have the top of the order in Brady Powell.
Lackey has to contort his body out of the way of that one. He successfully does so, and it's now 2-0. The lefty waits. Breaking ball into the strike zone at 75. That's going to be the curveball, one of his best pitches. 2-1. Rodriguez delivers. Just outside. Did not miss by much. Lackey will take it. And it's now 3-1. The pitch. On the ground. Moving over the second baseman, Keene. Gets it. Throw. Way offline. Leighton Lackey's going to reach, but maybe limping off of the first base bag. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, it looked like he might have stepped on the first base umpire's foot.
Yeah, a weird play there as the umpire was trying to get out of the way of the throw. Lackey was running through first base. So that one also unclear if it's going to be a hit or an error. Keene could not make the play. Into the dirt. Bonnier can't handle it. Off his face mask, and Leighton Lackey into second base. One of the Giants' better base runners standing over there with the top of the order, and one of the team RBI leaders, potentially the first on the team, at the dish.
Yeah, he's still number one.
I know it's been going back and forth a lot lately.
Emilio Rodriguez wants a word with his catcher.
Again, you got to wonder maybe if that last pitch was a mix-up, because it didn't seem that Bonnier was quite ready to handle a pitch in the dirt like that. Got away from him, and Lackey pulled into second base easily. The 1-0. Hit hard, right side. If it stays fair as extra bases, just foul. And that's a good swing by Brady Powell. He missed an RBI double or triple by just a few feet.
Yeah, just barely missing. I mean, unfortunately for him, it was tailing away. It was pretty well timed up, looking for that opposite field base hit.
1-1. Rodriguez keeping an eye on Lackey. The 1-1 is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brady Powell. The Radford University man. 2-1. Loses the curveball, goes past the catcher. Bonnier, Lackey gonna pull in, standing to third. 2 passed balls. That one may be a wild pitch. But a pass ball and a wild pitch set up Lackey at third base. And a golden chance for the Giants to get their first run. 3-0 are scored. T-Bolts are up. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase upstairs. Count is full now to Brady Powell. Lackey at third. 90 feet away, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez was down in the battle, but he comes back to get Brady Powell swinging. Powell's first strikeout of the night.
Gets the swing and miss on the same pitch, back-to-back pitches. For a guy like Brady Powell, he doesn't make mistakes like that too often at the plate.
Going to be Aiden Robbins. Had a single his last time up. Inside. 1-0. And the approach has to be put the ball in play. Because if you do, there's a very good shot that you get that run in from third base. Rodriguez delivers. And a beautiful curveball. Dances through the air and into the strike zone. A bit high, but called a strike. And it's 1-1. Rodriguez throws and he misses the strike zone this time by just a bit. Once again, the curveball. That's been his favorite pitch so far this evening. 2-1. Robbins takes upstairs. 3 balls and a strike to the 2-hole man for Gaithersburg.
And just the sequencing by Rodriguez is having Powell, Robbins, guys that are normally aggressive have to slow down.
Swing, foul tip into the glove of Bonnier. Full count.
And Rodriguez is really having his way with the Giants' top 2 hitters in this lineup.
Robbins waits. This one golfed into the air, curling and foul. And that's a good job just keeping himself alive. Had to expand the zone. Just gets a piece. Three-two. Rodriguez the pitch. Golfed into the air again, almost identical to the last one. Out of play it goes. And that's a good job by Aiden Robbins to keep himself going in the at-bat. Rodriguez comes set. The stretch home. On the ground, Lackey coming in to score. Erd's going to go to first base. He throws out Robbins, but Lackey comes in to score, and Gaithersburg has their first run of the evening.
The third baseman, number 7, A.J. Martin.
So the bases are clear. A.J. Martin comes to the dish. But the Giants, a team very resilient with 2 outs. They've done some damage, so let's see if Martin can get things going again. The 0-0 offering is outside. 1-0. Now to Martin, who has one of the more explosive swings on this Giants team. Pull power for days. 1-0. This one straight into the air and over the netting. Foul.
Yeah, I first saw the power that A.J. Martin has, that pop, if you would. The second game, the first meeting between these two teams back in Silver Spring, he hit one 97 and 96 off the bat. Unfortunately, he was put out both times on the base paths.
Wow.
But
I was introduced to his pop down in Bethesda when he cracked a almost 400-foot home run over the left center wall. 2-1, gets a piece, goes off the backstop, and it's 2-2. 3-1 is our new score. Gaithersburg finally starting to chip away. They got their first run. Rodriguez comes set, comes from the windup, the pitch. Into the air and foul. That may land on a soccer field adjacent to Criswell Automotive Field. Can't tell if it did or not outside of our field of view in the box. 2-2, and a nice turnout for Gaithersburg tonight. Some fans coming to watch some Giant baseball. Here it comes. The 2-2 hit hard on the ground. Erd backhanded, makes a throw. Somehow gets it there in time. And Josh Erd has been magnificent tonight at shortstop for Silver Spring. Giants do get a run. Leighton Lackey comes around to score. They finally start chipping into this Thunderbolt lead. We'll be right back on the Gaithersburg Giants broadcast network.
Fielder number 25, Andrew Powers.
Andrew Powers going to start things off in the 6th inning, a game that has moved quite quickly.
Powers had an RBI single his last time up.
That pitch from Costello into the strike zone. He's still working. He came in the fifth in relief of Jackson Bauer. It's now 0-1. Powers hits one on the ground. Eaten up by Vicentize. On to Burgess at first base, and it's the first out of the
Second
sixth.
baseman number 5, Nick Keene.
Bring up Nick Keene, who has been victim to the strikeout twice this evening. Trying to avoid a third time. Costello comes set. The pitch. Squares to bunt. That's perfectly on the ground. And you can't do it any better than that. I mean, got that one right along the line.
The center fielder number 2.
Giants were waiting for it to go foul, but it stayed on course, and that's a way to relieve yourself of a 2-strikeout night. Good little bunt base hit.
Yeah, that was, as any coach ever would say, that's a perfect bunt.
Yeah.
Um,
Any coach loves a bunt like that.
We've seen a lot of bunts that have hit off the infield grass and then rolled foul, but that one stayed along the line, and McNally did his best to try and
There's nothing
usher
you
it
can do.
and see if it would go foul, but it just died on the dirt. Unlucky for the Giants.
And just a really good piece of small ball by Keene, who has to dive back into first. Costello cannot get him on the pickoff. 0-1 the count. It's Quincy Villa, who has reached 2 times tonight. He goes. The throw down. It's wide to the right. Gets into center field. Keene is going to hold up at second, though. Good job by Lackey. Ready. He pounces on it.
Yeah, that was probably McNally's worst throwdown we've seen this season. He's been really good. All these catchers have been really good about the throwdown. That one just got away and tailed off to the right, so Tanner Vicentice, covering the steal attempt that time, could not get to it.
Costello misses up at 88 miles per hour. 2-1 is the count.
Certainly that throwdown by McNally had the speed, and he had the pop time too. Just not on target.
Breaking ball into the strike zone. 2-2 the new count. Villa trying to get this run into score. 2-2. The pitch. It's going to come in and hit him. Got a piece of his shoulder. He's going to trot to first base. Keene won't go anywhere. He's still a second. And some trouble in the 6th inning for Gaithersburg. Costello going to have to work through it. Brings up John Dunyan, the righty from Wilmington, Delaware. Goes to Westchester University. He hit 190 in the spring, but got on base a lot. Over 35% of the time. This time, waves and misses at a fastball above the strike zone. That Costello fastball has that Magnus effect. Looks like it's going up. Tough to see as a hitter. Dunyan stands in the right-handed batter's box and takes a pitch out or half, called a strike. Costello, 2 really good pitches.
That was also a really good job by Costello to look down Keene. It looked like Keene was ready to pounce on the pitch home, but Costello, doing a double take, was able to keep him at second.
0-2 the pitch. Swing and a miss. Back pick over to first base, and this is into right field. Giants will go running after it. Holding up at third will be Keene, so the base runners move up, and a strikeout almost turned into disaster there. They get the out, but the runners go up. A wild throw on the back pick.
Yeah, that'll be the first error for the Giants tonight. McNally loves that back pick. Unfortunately for him, just couldn't land it correctly at Will Burgess.
Sometimes there's a place for it, and there's a place to maybe eat it, as they say. that was maybe an eat it scenario because the Giants are lucky that Keene didn't come around to score. Erd weakly into the air and foul. Erd has been spectacular defensively, but just hasn't had his night at the plate thus far. 2 strikeouts and has grounded into a double play. 0-2, the pitch. This one weakly into the air. Kawashima after it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Gaithersburg strands 2 in scoring position. Costello had some traffic, but he bears down, gets out of the inning. Giants looking to keep chipping into this lead in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Giants. Welcome back. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. Matthew Best, who has grounded to shortstop twice this evening, steps in to hit. He's going to face Emilio Rodriguez, who shut the Giants down last inning. Swing and a miss. Did surrender a hit, but Will Burgess was cut down trying to get to home on an error by the second baseman to end the inning. The 0-1 curls outside of the strike zone, and it is 1-1. Rodriguez from the windup misses upstairs. 2 balls and a strike to Matthew Best.
Yeah, Best has grounded out to shortstop twice now.
Yeah. 2-1. Inside. And Best, another guy who played his high school ball in Montgomery County at Good Counsel High School over in Olney. Now at UMBC, where he slashed 258, 391, 432 this spring. Taken outside for a strike, and a really good pitch by Emilio Rodriguez back into the strike zone. The count is full. First batter of the 6th. Swing and a miss. And Rodriguez gets him on strikes. Just swung straight through a fastball that was up and away.
The catcher, number 45, Ethan McNally.
The Giants, uncharacteristically slow offensively tonight. Only 3 base hits. None of them going for extra bases. It's going to be McNally, who sees a fastball at the eyes. A breaking ball at the eyes for a ball. Rodriguez gets a pitch into the strike zone, and it's fouled away.
And the funny thing with McNally is as the storms arrived in Alexandria the other night, I was hungry and I was like, I'm not going to drive in that awful weather. So I decided to stop at Ann Pizza just outside the stadium.
Oh
And
my God.
a couple minutes later, McNally walks in. Had a quick chat with him.
Nice. Yeah, I unfortunately did brave through that weather. You're maybe smart to not do that, but I made it back to Gaithersburg, which is where I'm from, in one piece. So all is well that ends well, as they say. 2-1 outside. Yeah, how was your Ann Pizza? Was it good?
Oh, it was so good.
Oh yeah,
So good. I mean,
it's one of the best. It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah.
it was raining so hard it started to like leak in through the front door a
Oh,
little bit.
God. Watch out.
But I was chilling. I was fine.
Swing and a miss from McNally, and Rodriguez is looking real sharp out of the pen for Silver Spring.
I'm actually looking forward to this upcoming week as we go to Waldorf for the first time, I believe.
Yeah.
Get some Raising Canes after the game.
Is there a Raising Cane's near there as McNally heads over to first base with a walk?
Yeah, it's actually one of the closer ones to this part of Maryland. They're starting to open up.
Yeah, the Raising Cane's wave is coming down here to the Mid-Atlantic.
I'm happy. I'm
Yeah.
happy about that.
I may have to join you with some Raising Cane's in Waldorf. It's one of the few parks in this league that I have yet to travel to. I'm excited to see what it's all about. Burgess stands in. He had a good hit his last time. He was thrown out at home trying to get there on an error by the second baseman Nick Keene for Silver Spring. 1-0 the count to Burgess. This one hit hard into right field, but way foul.
Yeah, so while you might say the offensive production for the Giants isn't what it should be, Emilio Rodriguez, since coming in, has faced 6 batters now with McNally standing on first, 7 Will Burgess in the box, and he's gotten to a full count on 5 out of those 6.
Yeah. That one missing up. 2-1. Rodriguez, the Giants have made him work. And you feel like it's only a matter of time before they start turning that into production at the plate. 2-1. McNally leads at first base. Here it comes. Got him chasing at a breaking ball. Way out in front was Burgess. And it's 2-2. Yeah, really good pitch. Falling into the strike zone. Tunneled it well. Burgess leaned way out in front. Swung and missed. The count is even. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Well, Burgess down on strikes. And a lot of strikeouts for these Giants today. Almost like these Thunderbolts are returning the favor for Gaithersburg, penning them 19 times the last time these teams played.
Well, if you want to be the best, you have to compare yourself to the best. And did a little math earlier during the broadcast. The Aces have a 21% strikeout percentage. I believe that is lowest in the league. And the Giants have a 26, and the T-Bolts have a 27.6. So these two teams, while their records are mightily different, they have the same issue, and that is strikeouts. So quick little meeting for Emilio Rodriguez as he has now 2 outs.
That'll bring up Tanner Vicendize. Popped up to center field in his last go-around. This one is popped up as well into right. Going foul, diving in right field. Did he make that catch? It's out of our view, but by the reaction from the T-Bull dugout, I'm going to say he did. Andrew Powers just laid out and made an incredible play on a ball that, very honestly, I thought was going way foul. So the Giants will strand a runner. Andrew Powers flashing the leather and right. We'll be back for the top of the 7th in just a few moments on the Gaithersburg Giants broadcast. tough.
All right.
Hello and welcome back to baseball. The sun is starting to set here in Gaithersburg on what has been a beautiful night of baseball.
Oh, I'm so happy. It
Yeah.
finally feels like the summer weather that I want. The low 70s, high 60s.
Some random screaming noises from the third base side. Not sure what's going on over there. 1-0 the count. McMath fouls it off. Still in the game for Gaithersburg is Costello.
I mean, the T-Bolts are, I'd say, the most vocal team. Whether they're winning or losing, you're always going to hear their dugout. You're always going to hear their fielding players.
Yes, I remember last time these two teams squared off towards the end, as that one is swung on in the dirt for a strike. The end of the last game, these teams played against each other. There was a lot of barking.
Yeah, there
so some questionable calls maybe that Silver Spring wasn't happy with.
I mean, there was even barking. I specifically remember this, where there was a foul tip back to the netting where we were seated in Silver Spring, and Brendan Kleiman was like, "Oh, you guys aren't going to get it." He was
Softly on the ground to third base. Martin, sidearm throw. Really nice play by the third baseman for Gaithersburg. First out of the inning.
Yeah, I think that's Martin's first putout of the game. He's
I
had
believe you're right.
really quiet defensive night at the hot corner.
He's really good over there, though. Last time I saw him at third base, which was Sunday against the Grays, made an incredible leaping grab on a line drive. And at third base, he just wants someone who has that instinct. You got to react quickly. We'll bring up Urofsky, who takes a slider outside for a ball.
But yeah, I just remember Brendan Kleiman. But I just remember Brendan Kleiman chirping while grabbing a foul ball, chirping the T-Bolts on deck batter about his lack of effort to help out.
That's kind of the fun thing about summer ball, because it's all in good fun at the end of the day. You know, these guys are out here and they're getting reps, they're getting better. So that one is high for a ball. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just a fun time. I mean, I think when a lot of these guys will think back of their playing days, these are the memories they'll think of. You know, playing summer ball with their friends. That one is taken upstairs again by Urofsky, who's going to walk for the third time tonight.
Yeah, and I'm sure our microphone's picking some of the picking up some of what the T-Bolts dugout is saying, and yeah, I mean, usually it's not really directed at anyone. They will get vocal if there's calls they don't like, but I mean, they just get loud. They just bark whenever they want, and honestly, I kind of like that high spirit, high energy.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's, you know, for a team that hasn't had a lot of success this season, it's good to see them keeping their heads in games, and if that's the way that they do it, you know, let them do it. 0-1. Into the zone for a strike. 0-2 now for Costello, who has been pretty good in relief here this evening. Currently dealing with Beck Urofsky at first. Right side of the field, down 4 extra bases on a line. Bonnier going to pull into second at least. Urofsky coming around third. He will be stopped halfway down the line. And a good relay. Robbins getting it in from right field. Keeping Urofsky at bay. Keeping him from coming to score. So it will now be second and third once again. And I think every inning, Costello, every inning that he's been in this game, he's had to deal with some sort of traffic. Stepping in now, Bryce Curry, who waves at the first one, strike.
And for Bonnier, that was a really, really good two-strike approach to, you know, punish that down the right field line.
Punish is right, yeah, he really got a piece. This is upstairs, 1-1.
The other thing about Bonnier, I'm really curious on if he committed to UMass before or after they joined the MAC conference for this upcoming year.
Down, low, for a ball, 2-1.
And for some of these guys, while conference realignment doesn't mean much, I mean, UMass now joining the MAC. The Giants have two MAC players, among them
Yeah.
Keegan Johnson, starting pitcher at Ball State, and Brendan Kleiman at Eastern Michigan.
This one on the ground. Kawashima makes the play on the short hop over to first base, and they get the out. Really good glove over there by Kawashima,
Number 25, Andrew Powell.
Japanese man.
Yeah, he's had a couple really tough hops recently in this game, but that one he handled with ease, got it on the short hop, eyed down Yurovsky at third base, was able to keep him there and make the out, and now Mike Costello can get out of a jam with two gone.
Now it's Andrew Powers who steps into the left-handed batter's box with maybe one more grass stain than he had the last time he was up, because last inning he made an incredible diving play in right field. That one is high for a ball. I mean, just a surreal play in foul territory, put his entire body on the line, laid out, went full Superman really for it. 2-0. This is going to bring out Vince Capozza, who maybe wants to settle down his pitcher. Costello has been able to leave a lot of base runners out there, but in every inning that he has pitched, there have been runners in scoring position.
Yeah, Mike Costello showing shades of, I think it was Dom Vallis last year,
Yeah.
who had a really high whip, higher than his ERA,
Oh, yeah.
which is something that does not normally happen. I know our colleague Tyler Lochte mentions that a little bit here and there, but I mean, Costello, a lot of base runners, but he's done pretty good in relief thus far, but now down 2-0, he's got to find a way to reattack.
Andrew Powers also drove in a run in the fourth inning with a single. Here's a chance to add to that RBI total. He had just one coming into play tonight. Swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. 2-1. And like I mentioned, it's the Vince Capozza effect. When he comes in, you feel like the pitcher almost always makes that adjustment. Or the pitcher, excuse me. I said the hitter. 2-1. Fouled away. The count is even. Good job battling back for Mike Costello, and we got a good fight right here. Powers trying to drive in a run and break this game open. Costello trying to keep the Giants competitively in play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Costello comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he's going to leave them all out there. The bases will stay loaded, and the Giants head back into the dugout with some serious momentum. We're going to stretch here in Gaithersburg, but the Giants are going to look to get some runs in the bottom of the 7th when we come back on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Shortstop, number 34, Masa Kawashima.
It's going to be Masa Kawashima. trying to get things started for the Giants, who have been quiet on offense today, but stay in this ball game down only 2. Rodriguez still on the mound for Silver Spring. And gets Kawashima to wave and miss at a breaking ball. Goal 1. This finds the zone. Kawashima quickly down 0-2. Here it comes. That one taken away for 1-2. Kawashima, a guy, loves playing small ball. He was talking in an interview with his previous college team about how he's a guy who specializes in the drag bunt. That one taken high and tight. And he kind of attributed that to how they teach baseball over in Japan. It's interesting to hear the difference in play styles between the two nations. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Kawashima down on strikes. And Rodriguez has got himself out number 1 in the 7th. Leighton Lackey coming up.
Lackey singled his last time up and made it around the bases on a pass ball on the wild pitch before being driven in by Aiden Robbins, the lone run for this Giants offense.
Has to duck out of the way of that one. It's 1-0. Lackey waits. The offering is taken upstairs. Now this is a game that I feel like has a similar energy to last night's. I mean, I wasn't there, but just low-scoring Giants staying in it here. 2-0. This one hit hard, but foul. It's going to go past the light pole over there. Could have had home run distance.
Yeah, Sammy, I agree with you. I mean, you said you weren't here, but
Yeah.
I mean, you are right on the money. The Giants are, staying in this, and it almost feels like they shouldn't be in it. They've made a lot of mistakes, both on the mound and at the plate.
As he takes a big hack, cannot connect on the changeup that time.
Ultimately, just not a lot of run support for your pitching staff. Just one lone run, and that was back just 2 innings ago.
Misses up tight with the fastball. Lackey has to duck out of the way of it. The count is now full. A walk would be great. Base hit would be even better. 3-2 to Lackey. And there's a base on balls taken outside. And the Giants have a base runner.
Designated hitter number 19, Brady Powell.
It's going to bring up Brady Powell, who has not had the night that we're used to seeing him have, but can really change the narrative of things right here. He's delivered all season long for Gaithersburg. The 0-0 pitch. Hit hard into center field. Moving back is Villa. He's going to have just enough room on the track, making a catch as he collides into the wall. Wow. And just good defense all night long for Silver Spring, keeping the Giants at bay. That is the best hit baseball that we have seen off the bat of the Giant tonight.
94 off the bat. It went 349. The 12-foot wall out in straightaway center is 350. All the way around is 350. So just unlucky for Brady Powell.
Yeah, nothing else he could do there. Hit it hard, just in the wrong spot. Quincy Villa so good with the glove in center. 0-1 the count, 2 quick outs. The pitch. This one's away. The count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Robbins had a hit in the 3rd. That's all on his docket tonight. Waves at this one in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Bonnier. Count is 1-2. And Robbins trying to do anything here to keep this inning going. Giants will need a good 2-strike approach. Lackey takes off. This one into the dirt, and Lackey pulls into second base. A stolen bag for him. Now a base hit could get this run into score, depending on where it is. Lackey with good speed at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The pitch to Robbins. This is hit hard into right center field. Moving back his powers. And this is going to go. The Giants have tied this game. Aiden Robbins, 99 miles an hour off the bat. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Gaithersburg. Down in the at-bat, two-strike approach. Two-strike approach does not mean taking the power away, at least not for Aiden Robbins, who smashes that one the other way. A home run. Make it, I believe, his second of the season.
Yeah, his second of the season, and his first to the opposite field. His first home run came here in Gaithersburg just 2 weeks ago, I believe, and that his first home run was pulled down the left field line. This one was absolutely punished into right center field, 360 feet.
Man, hitting the ball the opposite way like that, I mean, that is what Seton Hall saw from him all spring long. 5 home runs over there. So good. As this is golfed high into the air. Looks to be in play. Under it, Curry. And I believe he made the catch. That is outside of our field of view. He did. But the Gaithersburg Giants tie this game on an Aiden Robbins 2-run homer. We're heading into the later innings, and we got a ball game. 3-3 our score. We'll be right back on the Gaithersburg Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Gaithersburg. We're here at Criswell Automotive Field, and we have a tie ball game. Gaithersburg just tied this one with a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 8th, standing in, is Nick Keene, the number 9 hitter. And on the mound now, throwing a strike there, Aiden Gonzalez, who has been probably Gaithersburg's best relief pitcher this season.
Yeah, he definitely has, and the number that sticks out to me is that 15 strikeout to 7 walk ratio.
That one in the zone for a strike again. The side armor gets it to go.
7 walks may seem like a lot, but he's pitched 13 innings. So really good stuff from him.
He has been magnificent and gets it to go right there. Outer half, you betcha. First out of the inning is on 3 consecutive strikes, a strikeout. We'll bring up the top of the order. Quincy Villa, number 2.
That's
Gonzalez loses his chance at an immaculate inning. I was kind of, after striking out the first guy on 3 pitches, I was thinking, no harm, no foul. And the next one is inside for a ball.
We can't just be going around assuming that he's going to have an immaculate inning.
Why not? You know, let's have some fun here on the Gaithersburg Giants broadcast network. But now it's 2-0 to the top of the order via the pitch. Called strike. That's what's been so good about Gonzalez. He will oftentimes get down in the count, even sometimes losing the first batter of an inning, but he always comes back. 2-1. That one clips the outside part of the plate. 2-2 the count. And the arm angle has stumped Cal Ripken hitters all season. The 2-2. Inside, and that is going to hit Villa right on the hip. He goes over to first base, and that's the second consecutive at-bat he has been hit by a pitch. Ouch.
Yeah, he's reached 4 out of 5 at-bats, so good night for Quincy Villa.
Yeah, looking more like the Villa we got last season, where he was really good for these T-Bolts. Hit 304 with a 455 on base. This year hasn't quite been the same. He takes off from first base. McNally throws. It's a good one. Not in time. And the Thunderbolts have ran all over the Giants today. Nothing McNally can do differently there. A tough pitch to handle. Outside. Makes a good throw.
Yeah, the 4th stolen base for the T-Bolts tonight, and 3 of them by Quincy Villa, so he's almost stat padding tonight. I mean,
but it's really helping this team. That's a big one, moving a runner into scoring position as the T-Bolts look to get back in the lead. Dunyan stands in. Josh Erd is on deck. The pitch. Inside again. 2-0. And Gonzalez makes it look easy oftentimes, but keeping the ball around the strike zone when you throw like that, you know, from that weird sidearm angle, not easy. Looks back to second. Villa dancing around. Looks again. Steps towards home. Cannot find the strike zone, and it's now a hitter's count. 3-0 to John Dunyan, the Delaware guy from Westchester University. 3-0. Villa extends his lead a bit. The pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Aggressive pitch there by Gonzalez. Trying to get his second out of the top of the 8th. The delivery. On the ground and foul. 2 strikes. Gonzalez has battled his way back, was down 3-0. 2 straight pitches in the zone, and now he is a pitch away from getting a strikeout. A ground ball, a fly ball would also do. 3-2. He comes set. He throws. Villa's off. It's going to hit the batter. Villa will now be forced to go back to second base. 2 consecutive hit by pitches for Aiden Gonzalez. And now it's Josh Erd. Silver lining for the Giants. A double play could get them out of the inning. And Josh Erd did ground into one earlier tonight.
yeah, but 2 hit by pitches when you had 2 strikes on the batter, and there's something about a hit by pitch that, you know, changes how pitchers think. In that at-bat, when he hit Quincy Villa, he then got down 3-0 on Dunyan, was able to battle back, but then hit Dunyan on the full count pitch.
It's 1-0 to Erd, the shortstop. A balk is called on Gonzalez, and both runners will advance into scoring position, so you can forget about the double play. At least a traditional, 6-4-3, 4-6-3 type thing. Maybe a fly ball and a throw to home is in order, but not quite as easy. Infield will play up with the tying run at third base. The 1-0. Outside. Gonzalez all over the place here with his pitches.
After striking out Keane on 3 pitches, he really hasn't found that same command that he had.
Can't quite get the zone with the 2-0. The count is now 3 balls and no strikes to Josh Erd. First base is open. 3-0 from Gonzalez on the way. Finds the zone. have a car alarm going off. Not anymore. Okay, good. Just wondering, you don't want that to be... That would be a little distracting on the mound for Gonzalez. The 3-1 into the zone again. So, once again, he's battled his way back from 3-0 to 3-2. Now, can he avoid hitting Josh Erd? The 3-2. A good pitch, but not good enough. Misses by a little bit. The Giants dugout not loving it. The base is now loaded for Jonathan McMath, who was hit by a pitch in the second inning, but has gone down each time since. He is 1 for 3. Or 0 for 3, excuse me.
Vinny Capozza now wanting to talk to his reliever. And again, just hasn't been able to locate the way he did in that first at-bat. That first at-bat against Keene, I mean, he placed every pitch where he wanted it to. He got the swings and misses. And now back-to-back free passes, 2 of them with full counts.
And in this situation, what I would imagine will happen is that the corner infielders will play up, the middle will play back for the double play, and the Giants will hope for a ground ball, because that gives you a chance to get out of this inning right here, right now. You could turn one up the middle. You could go home and go to first. It gives you options. A fly ball would likely score a run, at least one deep into the outfield. Looks like the outfielders will pinch back a little bit. They want to be coming from behind on any fly ball to give them a chance at making a throw. And Brockway's now going to come out, point his finger. Looks like we may be going to the bullpen. TJ Brockway out at the mound. Umpires coming over now.
Yeah, I think they want to talk about how the pitching coach came out for a meeting, and then immediately after he left, Brockway comes out to make a pitching change. So, not believe that's within the rules.
And that may be the discussion the umpires are having right now.
Unless they need Gonzalez to throw a pitch in between, or at least there to be a play in between. I'm not sure. And it looks like that is the case. So they'll send Brockway back to the dugout.
And Brockway not happy. He wanted to go to the pen. He cannot. You got to wonder now, if Gonzalez has to face the cleanup man McMath, how does that affect his, mentality up there? When your head coach is about to go to the bullpen, there's still some back and forth between one of the field umpires and the Giants dugout.
Yeah, just overhearing what the current second base, third base umpire was saying is you can't have a meeting twice in the same batter, which I don't agree with. We've seen it a couple times.
I feel like we
this
have
season
seen that. I mean, I haven't read the rule book back to front, but I feel like we have seen that.
I mean, every single time we've seen it, there has been a pitch or two in between, so maybe I feel like the rule might be there has to be a play in between, but Gonzalez...
Well, maybe all the drama settled him in somehow. Once again, the Giants are going to have to work with runners in scoring position. I mean, these pitchers in the bullpen have been doing it all night long. Gonzalez, another swing and a miss. 0-2. Man, if he could strand these 3 guys, I don't have it added up right now, but the Giants have stranded a lot of base runners so far tonight. 0-2 is the count. 1 out in the inning. The pitch from Gonzalez. Strike 3 called. McMath down looking. And the Giants get their second out, and now could just be a pitch away from, once again, leaving the bases loaded.
Yeah, but he's going to have to go against Beck Yarovsky, who's reached all 4 times tonight, 3 of them via a walk.
Swing and a miss. So Gonzalez all of a sudden is feeding the strike zone. 0-1. Gonzalez comes set. Steps towards home. Popped foul by Yurovsky. 0-2. And a big spot for Aiden Gonzalez, who was going to be pulled from this game by TJ Brockway, and now can potentially get out of this inning right here. 0-2 the count. Gonzalez, the pitch. Outside, coming in to score now. Diving head first, the tag. He's in there in time. Quincy Villa scores the run on the pass ball. And the Thunderbolts now in the lead. Gonzalez doing his job. That one just a bit outside, and the catcher, McNally, could not handle it. The count was 1-2 now to Yurovsky. Still an opportunity with 2 base runners in scoring position. The pitch. Outside. Two balls. 2 strikes to the 5-hole hitter, Beck Yurovsky. Gonzalez throws. Outside. Full count. First base is open. Gonzalez trying to stay on top and win this battle. 3-2. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. The Giants will leave 2 stranded. Quincy Villa comes to score thanks to a pass ball. But the Giants, once again, strand runners in scoring position, and they stay in the game. They lose the tie ball game, but they have a chance to tie it once again and maybe even take the lead in the bottom of the 8th. We got a good one here in Gaithersburg. We'll be right back on the Giants Broadcast Network. It's the bottom of the 8th. And Gaithersburg is looking to tie this game once again. Really, I'm sure they're looking to take the lead. They have not had the lead tonight.
They'll have to do it against Bryce Green. Now on the mound for the T-Bolts, making his 7th appearance. His numbers are phenomenal. 15 2/3 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, 8 walks, 12 hits, but a 1.14 ERA and a 1.28 whip for the reliever.
Matthew Best will now stand in. The righty waits. Big leg kick from Green, but he misses with the fastball at 89.
And he's seen the Giants before, but that was back in the first meeting between these two games on June 3rd.
Slider catches the strike zone. 1-1.
He went 2 2/3 in that game, giving up 1 run unearned on 1 hit and 2 strikeouts.
That one into the dirt. 2-1 now the count. Best has not reached base tonight. Trying to get things started against the stellar reliever for Silver Spring. Really late on that pitch. Can do nothing else but foul it away. Pitch. Outside. A full count now. And you gotta love how Matthew Best is battling here with 2 strikes. The count is full. Green is set. He delivers. That is foul. And he keeps himself going. This is turning into a really nice at-bat for Matthew Best. UMBC senior. Germantown guy. He waits. The full count pitch. Fouled away again. What a battle here.
Yeah, really
by
great,
Best.
Really great fight by Matthew Best. His first 2 at-bats, he grounded out to the shortstop on just 2 pitches. His last at-bat, he struck out on 6, and this time he's about to see his 8th pitch of this at-bat.
The 8th pitch of the AB. Here it is. Ball 4. Really good take by Matthew Best. And that is the gritty at-bat Gaithersburg needed to get things going in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, you saw pretty much all of Bryce Green's arsenal in that one at-bat. You saw how to time things up. You saw the possible put-away pitch, 75 on the outside part of the plate. And now McNally, who's walked twice tonight, might try and do the same.
Well, McNally has 2 walks tonight. No hits yet. Here it is. He squares to bunt. It's a good one. This is going to get Best over to second base. Just in time is the throw at first to get McNally. A sac bunt almost turned into a little hit for McNally, but it does its job. The Giants now have a runner at second base.
Yeah, really good hustle by McNally. Almost beat out the throw. Was able to move the runner over into scoring position for Will Burgess.
Will Burgess, who had a single in the 4th inning. 2 strikeouts also on his night. Runner at second base for him. It's Best. Green comes set and steps off. Taking his time up there. Burgess waits. Gets his sign, comes set. Green throws. Breaking ball, and it's perfect into the strike zone. 0-1.
Yeah, Burgess is going to be looking for that pitch later in this at-bat. 74 came back middle low on the zone. If he sees that again, he's for sure swinging around.
The 0-1 pitch. Just outside. Good take by Will Burgess. Burgess led his college team in average on base slug. Was the state leader in batting average for JUCO. Trying to get it done for the Giants right here. 1-1. Good pitch from Bryce Green. That's as on the black as you're going to get it. Right on the imaginary line there of the strike zone. 1-2. 1 out here in the inning. Will Burgess going to have to shorten up right here. The pitch from Green. Called strike 3. And an identical pitch to the last one. Catches the zone. Burgess can't pull the trigger. Now 2 outs, and the Giants would love to get this run in and tie this game heading into the 9th inning. Tanner Vicendize trying to get the job done with his bright red helmet. The 0-0 delivery. Called a ball. Matthew Best walked. He stands at second base. Bryce Green trying to blank the Giants here in the bottom of the 8th. Lights taking full effect finally. It is fully dark. Pitch from the stretch, weakly on the ground. Diving is the third baseman. He makes the throw, and it gets away. Coming in to score is Best. To second, Vicendize. And the Giants have tied this once again. Well, we're not done yet. Here comes Vicendize trying to get an extra bag to third. He's thrown out. I don't know why they tried to get more there. So, a weird ending on a scoring play for Gaithersburg. Just a weird play all in all. It was a ground ball to that 5-6 hole. Probably would have been an easier play for the shortstop, Josh Erd. Instead, making the play is the third baseman, Curry. Curry could not get the throw to go. Got away, so Matthew Best for the Giants was able to come around to score. And then Vicendize, who hit the ground ball, pulled into second base, got a little greedy, tried to get third as well, got cut down there. Quite a play to end the bottom of the 8th, but it's a tie game, 4-4. We'll be right back on the Giants Broadcast Network. It's 4-4 here in Gaithersburg. Giants trying to now walk it off. It's the top of the 9th as we stand. David, let's check in with some scores around the Cal Ripken League tonight.
Yeah, tonight the Senators already got the best of the Grays, 9-5. That's final. And in the bottom of the 6th, the Aces up 14-2 on the team most likely, I think, to maybe take that division from them, the Braves. And then here we're 4-4. And then only the Crop Dusters up 3-1 heading into the 9th.
So some good action in the Cal Ripken League today. I think the best action may be happening right here in Gaithersburg. Grounded hard to shortstop. Kawashima to first. Routine play, and it's in time. Giants, 1 pitch, 1 out.
But you saw it on that throw. Just what we saw last night in Kawashima's debut is his arm is so nice. He's able to make quick, hard throws in time, just like that.
Bryce Curry, who just made the error that allowed a run to come in to score, will step in. In the dirt for a ball. Gonzalez is still out there for Gaithersburg. Brockway was maybe looking to pull him last inning, but he got out of the jam, and here he is, still going in the 9th. Called a strike as train sounds from a distance. It's the Gaithersburg Town Center. Not too far from Criswell Automotive Field. Ball's outside for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, just going back to the chaos ball we witnessed in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Yikes.
I mean, an error and then outstretching, trying to catch the defense sleeping.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Vicendize trying to, be aggressive and do anything he can to get the Giants the edge here tonight.
Gonzalez to the plate. Just fouled away by Curry. Barely got a piece. Curry walked in the 4th inning. It's the only time he reached tonight. 2-2. 1 out. Gonzalez the pitch. Strike 3 called. Curry goes down on strikes. 2 outs in swift fashion for Gonzalez, and it's going to be Andrew Powers, who singled in the 4th inning, driving in a run.
And
1-0.
with that strikeout, that's now the 15th strikeout by the Giants pitching staff on this T-Bolts lineup.
This one hit hard into center field, a line drive. Moving back is Lackey. And he is going to make the catch. We'll head it to the bottom of the 9th inning. A good play by Leighton Lackey in center field for Gaithersburg. Giants trying to walk things off. We've got a tie ball game. We'll be right back on the Giants Broadcast Network. Welcome back to baseball. It's Friday night, and we got a tie ball game, bottom of the 9th. Masa Kawashima, in his 2nd game as a Giant, is going to try and get things started here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Giants trying to walk things off, get out of here with a win. They have lost their last 2 games. That was coming off of a 6-game win streak. He squares to bunt. It's a good bunt. He's dashing down the line, and he is there safely. The T-Bolts cannot handle it. And for one of the first times today, this T-Bolts team falters defensively. They had that one error in the last inning, but other than that, they've been real good.
They have been really good, Sammy. And that one, Bryce Green fielded it with a bare hand, and then he also put his weight back on his heels as he attempted to field it. And so he kind of slipped on the grass a little bit, it looked like.
They're going to keep an eye on Kawashima. And Kawashima was talking about how he's a guy who loves to play small ball. That's how they teach things in Japan. Well, there you go. Small ball, bunt base hit for him to get things going for Gaithersburg. It's now Leighton Lackey, who will also square. Pulls back, though. The pitch is inside. 1-0.
This is also the first time that we see Kawashima on base. I mean, last night he had that RBI sacrifice fly, and tonight he reached via an error, but didn't have any on base time as Will Burgess was out running to home.
Kawashima leading at first base as Lackey takes a pitch outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Lackey has squared to bunt. At least he did that last time, so we'll see if that is still the mentality. He will square, pulls away, ball 3. Giants dugout getting some energy.
Yeah, really good job getting into the pitcher Green's head here, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
get that bunt on the first pitch, and now 3 straight squares, all pulled back, all balls.
The 3-0. Taken, called strike after Lackey starts walking towards first. Giants dugout not loving the call.
Yeah, despite what the Giants dugout thinks, that one was in the upper part of the zone, but still in the zone comfortably.
The 3-1 pitch from Green. Lackey squares, ball 4. A bunt base hit and a walk set up Brady Powell, the RBI leader on the Giants, with a golden opportunity. Gonna be a little mound meeting coming up for Bryce Green and the Thunderbolts.
And yeah, it was really funny. Lackey took that walk with authority. I mean,
Why not?
There've been a couple clips I remember looking into the Women's College World Series, the softball World Series, and seeing them take walks with authority, and that sort of had the same aura to it. I mean, he flung the bat immediately as he trotted down to first, and now Brock Hunter not making a pitching change, it looks like, but just meeting with his infield and the pitcher Bryce Green.
Bryce Green has only surrendered 2 earned runs this season. 1 on June 14th, 1 on June 21st. Other than that, in over 15 innings of work, now over 16 innings of work, he has been flawless. Powell trying to make a dent in that record right here.
Yeah, the T-Bolts record might not show it, but they have a lot of talent, especially in the back part of this bullpen between Green and Jake Drum, who we've seen, I believe, once or twice this season.
Powell squares, pulls away, but it is called a strike at 87 miles per hour.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Powell stopped scoring the bunt after this. I mean, obviously, Green not rattled anymore.
Kawashima leads at second base. Powell in the box. Green the pitch. Powell to bunt, pulls away. The Thunderbolts were ready. That was a pitch out. They were maybe trying to get the Giants base runners caught off guard, maybe draw a throw. Nothing doing, though. 1-1 the count. Powell looks to bunt. First baseman McMath playing in. Green steps off. I love the chirping and the energy from the Giant dugout.
Yeah, Lackey has a smile on his face after that step off. I mean, he's clapping.
The 1-1. Gets past the catcher. Bonyard can't handle it, and the runners will move into scoring position. Giants fans, the winning run in this ball game is 90 feet away. No outs. There's a lot of ways that you can draw this up. So, this Thunderbolt infield will play with the infield up. Not by choice, but because they have to.
So, interesting thing here. I'm not sure if there was something necessarily wrong with Bonyard's glove. That pitch coming in at 86, not necessarily the pitch that would break your glove, but either way, he gets a new catching mitt from the dugout.
Well, if one gets past you like that, you may as well play it safe. 2-1, Powell standing in. Runners at second and third base. The pitch from Green. This hit hard right at the second baseman, Keene. And man, he did his job. Hit that ball 90 miles an hour off the bat. Put it in play. And even a weak ground ball, a fly ball would have won this game, but sometimes you just get unlucky, and that's the second time that Powell has gotten unlucky today. They will intentionally walk Robbins. They're not going to put it to chance. Of course, Robbins hit that deep 2-run home run in the 7th to tie the game at 3-3. We'll bring up A.J. Martin, another guy that I don't know if you want to mess with. Bases loaded.
Yeah, that's the first intentional walk that I've scored this season. I'm not sure about yourself.
Yeah, it's the same here.
I mean, this is a massive spot now for Bryce Green to have to handle that, because you have that intentional walk that draws the force at home, but it's still just 1 out.
Big spot. Game on the line. 4-4, the pitch. Martin takes, and it's a ball. 1-0. Martin hit a 2-run homer. his last game against the Grays. That was Sunday. 1-0. Green, the big leg kick, the pitch. Into the dirt. 2-0. Nowhere to put him. 1 out in the inning. A double play would get the Thunderbolts out of this mess. Middle infield playing at double play depth. 2-0. The pitch to Martin. Hit hard on the ground, and it's through! The Giants have come back to win this ball game. Kawashima in to score in his second game as a Giant. And let the celebration begin. A.J. Martin gets the job done. His first hit of the night is all the Giants needed. 5-4 the final. What a game. The Giants did not lead at all in this game until this very moment. Wow, what a game.
What a game indeed. I mean, it just felt like a game they shouldn't have even been in. I mean,
Yeah.
So many mistakes, not much doing for the offense until really late. 4 runs in the last 3 frames to get the job done, and stops a 2-game skid, what could have been a 3-game skid very easily. And I believe that they will take the season series, or at least tie the season series, or secure a tie with the season series against the T-Bolts. A massive, massive start to what is a massive and important weekend for this Giants team.
And this was a game, David, that we were talking about before the broadcast. Kind of felt like a must-win for Gaithersburg. Coming off of 2 straight losses, a very winnable game presented for them today. A lot of T-Bolts in this lineup hadn't played in days. So, a winnable game that would be huge to get them back on track. And it wasn't pretty, but they get the job done thanks to A.J. Martin. The walk-off single, bringing in Kawashima. And that is all she wrote tonight. Giants walk it off in spectacular fashion. An incredible one. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah, Tyler Lochte and I will be in Bethesda tomorrow night against the Big Train. That one has been circled on the calendar for a week now by pretty much everyone in the Giants dugout. So we'll be there with you. 7 o'clock first pitch for that one, and we hope to see you there.
For David Lewis, I am Sammy Krimstein. Thanks so much for joining us here. Friday Night Baseball, Giants taking the win 5-4 in walk-off fashion. David and Tyler